real hard.
That's important.
Thank you.
I would be- Yeah, I am.
That's an Adirondack chair,
Geez, David, I think I put
caught
my
on the
stuff in there.
backside of the dam.
Oh, no,
And the
I'll let you
feet
borrow it now.
went into the front side of the dam.
That's in my mind, we lost it somewhere.
Side of it.
Ended up back with John, came out.
Can't make it any bigger, it's a little phone.
We gonna do it.
No, please,
You ready?
I just got rid of the old one.
George
I
Abel,
didn't like it at all.
1553.91.
See it?
Alan Cherry, 964.89. Jared Austin, 1145.88.
See the chair?
Joseph Bird,
You
629.75.
can't see the chair.
Gloria Becerra,
Idea.
Buendia Becerra.
Buendia.
Buendia.
It's little.
539.53. Carrie Clement, is that right, Karen Clement? No. 995.80.
No, it hasn't.
That's Sam.
That's residential.
There's a-
Michael
See
Dave,
it?
686.54.
Hold on.
995.80, did you get that?
Yes, I did.
I know.
Michael Dame,
Okay.
686.54.
I know.
Red Mara,
I just
898.34.
have-
Kiki Donis Wall, 52.64. Pamela Frederick, 57.26. Ben Gothier, 1141.62. Warren Graham, 12269. Andrew Gray, 541.30. Andrew Greenbaum, 231.06. Andrew Greenbaum. Kip Kaiser, 651.27. Michael Kilrain, 690.64. Heather Lindsay, 576. Joyce Miller, void. Rachel Marbury, 44.32. Wayne M. Robinson, 797.46. David Roy, 846. Well, they're starting to put the extra back already, so. Yeah. I gotta get a nickel and dime. You're off 19 cents, Joe. 46, yes. David Roy, 832.39. Jeremy Smith, 587.52. Kathy Santalea, 577.81. Katerina Tennant, 438.60. Olivia Wall, 86.37. Janice Weir, 702.72. 703.72. Daphne Watts, 556.92.
Total of 16,104.29.
Let's do it again. We have all night, we got the night.
Put it up right off the bat.
We're proud of practice, is what it is.
Wow.
Doesn't take long.
Tracy, is it Flinders?
Flinders.
292.11. Kristen,
I'm reading next, I can tell.
Next week,
No, we should have a regular time sheet for Tracy.
who's she work for?
I got checks.
she's got checks too.
Yeah,
Oh,
She's
it's
got
say
it.
that about, so
Tracy's right.
what am I supposed to have?
Not checks.
You got checks.
Here.
You got checks, go ahead.
Oh, so
There we
I
go.
read the checks?
Yep.
Okay.
You're reading, okay.
Tracy Flinders, 292.11. Kristen Patch, 442.74. Christine Belanger, 654.61. Ian Matheson, 82.25. Mark Turner, 496.68. Jeremy Worcester, 347.76. Stephanie Proto, 401.79. Jenna Breshame, 14.78. Joyce Kegel, 831.52.
3564.24. Ben Shimmer, right?
Benjamin.
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 I call it Benjamin.
Benjamin. Have a date, say all the names.
I'm torn. Here, why don't I just hold these?
Why don't you just do it all? Would you just, the other guy, you get the big box, just do it all.
I'm gonna keep these. Ready? Let's go.
Donna Stevens, $35.
Those are voids.
So those are
No,
voids,
wait a
2
minute.
voids.
I don't have,
Or just voids.
Catherine Ricci, 214 void. Air gas, $36.25. Eleanor Cherry, $40. Christine Belanger, $34.87.
Yeah. Go.
$34.87.
Yep.
Body armor, $1254.76. Boundary Medical, $1206.60. C&M Cleaning, $4,494.60. Comstar, $601.24. Emergency Outfitters, $2,513. Eversource, $409.12. Andrew Gray, $311.91. Great American Financial, $317.09. Image Trend, $2,048.87. Interware Development, $300. Kip Kaiser, $256.61. Joyce Kegel, $48.36. Mac Tactical, $375. McFarland Ford, $89.95. New Hampshire Chief of Police, $235.60. New Hampshire Fish and Game, $1,410.
Yeah, yeah.
License renewals.
You good?
Yep, I'm good.
Treasurer State of New Hampshire, $50. Nietzsche, $111.59.
That's what I was. Water pump is leaking,
On what?
the pressure test, this is on PD, the Ford Explorer truck.
Only got 5 of them, so.
North American Rescue, $2,423.96. Pine State Elevator, $388.51. Canard Way is $10,606.47. Project Arcadia, $39.99. Daniel Roccini, $75.50. Linda Russo, $35. David Roy, $15. Schwab, $39.75. Southeast Land Trust, $1238.24. Stratum Tire, $333. Suburban Propane, $4,140.
So we're all on them now?
Tri-State Generator, $295. Ultra Automotive, $1720.05. Verizon Wireless, $231. W. Mason, $253.05.
You have another?
I ended
No,
up.
we're-
Oh, I, you put a big, together.
For a total of $38,050.99.
Want to do both sides? That was 2018 payroll, this is 2019 payroll.
Now we got to see the bills.
Oh,
Two batches for those.
Yes.
yeah, we're gonna do this again. I'll hold these. Just throw those down. I'll flip.
Center for Occupational Health, $190. Hartman Enterprises, $600. Health Trust, $22,556.98. Lawn Doctor, $5,600. Main Center,
And the additional second one.
$11.54.
they're both on the same check. And then Main State, you with Main
Yeah,
State?
Main State, 327.
327. Water and Salt, $4,746.77. New Hampshire Municipal, $4,468. Treasurer State of New Hampshire, $106. People's United, $49,132.50. Primex, $49,680. Vermont Network, $2,380. Seacoast Mills, $9.10. Seacoast Chief Fire Officers, $200. Starkey Welding, $390. State of New Hampshire, $75. Ballot, $293.97.
For a total of $140,754.66.
rec checks? We never do it. You wanna keep it or you want to have a paper?
Two for you.
I didn't give you the machinations that go into making this sheet up for the last 2 weeks, but if you want, I'll give it to you.
No, we're good.
So these are the first deposits of 2019, $30,000 worth. And I had moved $70,000. In the meantime, I purchased 4 CDs at $1 million a whack to mature at the end of each of the next 4 months for additional interest income.
That's all I have. I appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Kip.
Good evening.
How are you?
Okay, we'll start with 313 Route 125. And let's see who we have. The R&D Commercial. Electrical permits. They're doing some renovation on one side of the building.
Is that where Brentwood machine was?
Yes.
Brentford.
So that's kind of in the L area. Route 108, no, not Route 108, 108, Route 125.
We extended the town.
We're expanding.
All the way to
It's
East
one of,
Kingston.
it's one of those roads that just keeps on going. Dennis Haywood, and this one is an electrical permit for a new building. .246 Pickpocket Road. And this is Curtis Given, and this is, see what I can remember. See attached. This is roofing of an L.
Oops. Oh, ooh, tell me check, what was that? Oh, is that clip on? I guess it was.
Came right off in the mail.
Wow,
Next, we have.
I got it.
David's having a hard time today.
Number 5A and number 5B, Sunset Lane, Three Ponds LLC. This is for a new dwelling, or 2 new dwelling units.
Wow, already.
Next, we have 9 Sunset Lane, Three Ponds LLC. This is for a single dwelling unit.
Now, are those in current use?
I sent the memo to Jim.
Where are those
to
units,
have
the
them.
one in the back, the duplex?
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Claire into it?
Just get 18 months from them.
Actually, when it
Right.
comes around, it's got the description, but yeah, that's gonna be the duplex.
Up in the, behind the pine trees now, good. They're doing a lot of work over there.
There is a little map showing where. It's in color too.
I assume over the next year, we're gonna see quite a bit of these. side deck, 3 ponds.
Well, this must be for her and for the daughter.
For just daughter,
First
yeah.
two.
Yeah, there's the first 2, cause then once they're placed, they kind of sprawl.
Yeah.
This is not a typical house, right?
No, it's one of those new ones.
Plans are,
Yes, like a duplex or the single, I would,
Should be a duplex, it's the first one.
oh yeah.
they're similar to what you've seen prior, there's a couple different designs.
Anything else?
I don't have anything else prepared for you tonight or anything that's pressing. I would like to mention before we start on the next building at the highway department that even though we've kinda said what we're gonna do, maybe have one sit down with Wayne and see
What's
what we're
needed?
talking about, if the needs are still the same as they were last year,
Okay.
for a start. And then there's a few other projects that we'll get into, I just
Baby stepping it.
quite had the time to get them pushed out.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Do we have a motion on the minutes?
I make a motion, we accept the minutes as written.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? And motion for the non-public meeting, thanks.
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Wayne? Is he out there? There he is. Wayne, come on up. These magnifying glasses really make it short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where are you?
First thing I wanted to find out, I wanna kinda get going on Railroad East.
Okay.
Railroad East is, we have to fix that this year, cause that's gonna fall, that's falling all apart down there. And, we've had two, I think it's been 2 years that we've, I've got estimates from, Bell and Flynn.
Mhm.
And I think the last one was 210,000 or something like that. But to redo the drainage down there, re-hot top the whole thing all the way through, all the way right to the last house. And it was like $4,000, I had an estimate of $4,000 to cut down those big pines that are all down through there. I had, I don't know, probably nine to 12 trees to cut. And the cost was $4,000. Now, I don't know what it's gonna be now. And if we do any more down there, I don't know if we're gonna have to cut some more. There was a couple of trees down there that people didn't want us to cut, but I understand they're not there now, so, and those trees are actually right in the way. And we may have to add them to it, but.
That's a scenic road,
We already have the public hearing to vote on the trees.
right?
Is that road scenic down there
It
yet?
hasn't had time limit,
It
and
is.
that would
It
still
is.
stand since the work hasn't, the scope of the work hasn't changed.
So it went through the planning board
Yep,
phase?
so that he's all set to cut them, that's what he wants.
Okay, so do we do one article?
He can come with the funds or
Do we have enough?
2018, he does. In highway.
Did we have a restriction though with the last meeting or the year before on that road?
2017 town meeting.
Okay. And we didn't bring it up in 2018, so now do we have to have a hearing to have it paid? what's the board's thoughts?
Should be upgraded, it needs it. They don't pay taxes and they got an awful mud hole to drive in.
Big time.
Yep.
Yeah, if you have the money, you should cut them,
Yep, you do it.
move on.
You have to have an engineer and all that stuff though too, go through the whole process, like pickpocket? Can we just have him cut the trees and do it?
Well, John Bell has an engineer, and
You got
he,
culverts to change and all that,
not drainage,
just to drain the other side?
just drainage. And we had, he had it all laid out.
Yeah.
It's all laid out. I called John Bell yesterday. John Bell's gonna dig his paperwork out, and he's gonna put something together for him,
Okay,
to bring it up to date.
could you
And
follow up with the tree company and just
I
solidify
will.
that?
I will, but I need to go back down to make sure everybody's on board of cutting all the trees, you know.
Okay,
I don't want,
and if we've already had the hearing.
I had them
then-
marked, and then it came that some of them didn't want it. Then it's all the marks are gone now, so, but I'll go back down and I'll try to arrange it and get them all marked again. Cause I'd like to get those trees, if the weather stays like it is, we don't get any great big storms, I may be able to get the tree company come in there and, work down there this winter to get those trees out of there.
If we have the money for it, then.
Are you gonna be able to fix that by Wilkins on the other end where it comes out of Rowell and flows
So
down?
we'll do that,
Do all that too?
we'll do
Get that
all,
fixed too?
I'll include all that with, John Bell coming out of there to fix that whole thing.
Leaving the island though, right?
Leave the island, yeah, you don't wanna take the island out, do you?
It'll be more of a mess, you start doing that.
Yeah, I think it's best to leave that there.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
I think we should get the proposal together, all the numbers and all the figures, and then have a meeting night that anybody that wants to come and attend,
Come see
can
it.
come and attend and
Yeah.
see what they wanna do, and
Yeah, we should probably have since it is scenic road, I know the planning board's already done their thing, but we should probably open it up, so. When do
Okay,
you-
fine.
when
I'll
do you
just
wanna
get all
bring
the
that
numbers
before us?
together and,
How long do you think that'll take? Think you can have it for next week or the week after?
maybe,
2
you
weeks?
better give me a couple weeks, cause I don't know about the tree company. John Bell's gonna do his end of it right up, he's gonna do it right up quick, but I still gotta get a hold of the tree company, and I still gotta get down there to mark all the trees and make sure everybody's on board down there about cutting the trees.
Okay. Is the board fine with that?
Yeah.
Good with that?
Yep.
Good deal?
We're gonna encumber any money, wanna keep any money over from last for this year?
Yeah, that's
Gotta
what
get the
I'm,
contracts first.
if we, do I have any money there?
I mean, you have between highway and snow, you have $65,000.
Oh, good.
It doesn't snow anymore.
Well, what do you want to encumber though? You have to know now.
Yeah, well, I mean, how
oh,
long,
you have to have a contract first.
You have to have a contract, so
okay,
can you use that
how
money
long do
for
I
one
have
year?
before I can,
We're
I
gonna
try to
encumber.
put-
How
okay.
long do we have?
You should wrap that up this month. If you can do it, if you can at least get those figures for next
If you
week.
can get a tree number or whatever.
Yeah, I'll do that right away, I'll get right on that.
Okay. So sooner the better?
Yep.
So, but we wanna post that meeting,
Well, we need the numbers
so we need
first.
the numbers, so,
Once he has the numbers, we can wait 2 weeks.
yeah, so hopefully if you can,
Give me a week, this week here, let's see if I
and
can
just
work on
let
it.
Karen know, and then
Work
we
on
can
it.
have it posted not
Yep.
next week, but the week after, cause then, as long as you have them.
My biggest thing is get the money for the trees. And I know that whatever it is, it's gonna be over 200,000, I know it is down there to fix what we gotta do down there, that may have to be a that's
Definition.
a different issue to get that money, so.
Okay.
At least I'll at least get the amount for the trees, and maybe I can get started on the trees,
Okay.
is that okay?
Well, we need a figure if you want to hold that money from last year.
Yeah.
In your contract.
We'll get a figure.
Yeah, so if we can get that, that'd be good.
Okay. And now, the other thing that I had, the other big thing that I got, but I'm gonna work on that a little bit more, is Railroad West, that culvert that we have to, and that's, I gotta get permits down there, cause that's for the river and.
You got the wetland stuff. you have to
Wetlands
do,
is probably, is gonna be a lot to that, I think, and, I'm trying to get everything together. I've already talked to, Full, Kevin Full, about his excavator, cause we're gonna need a big excavator to do that. Our backhoe, we're gonna be able to reach out there and do what we gotta do there, so I've already talked to Kevin, and Kevin already went down and looked at it, but I haven't got back to him yet to see just basically what we get, what size culvert we gotta
What
have.
size is in there now?
What's that?
How big is it now?
That's a good size culvert.
Still wasn't big enough?
Yeah, well, yeah, you know what happened
Well,
is the river came up on that side and it went backwards, and it broke everything out. That's what happened to it.
Did we already address this? The crosswalk?
No.
Did you guys all read this about the crosswalk too over by Lindy's?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing I was gonna ask you about.
Okay.
I don't know what, you wanna, talk to the state?
they don't, they say not to do
Not
it.
to
We're
do
gonna
it.
put two lights up?
No, they said they'd put a sign or
Should give
something.
us-
No, they stated in there what they'll do.
Should bring Bill up.
Where's Bill?
Go down.
Those houses there somewhere.
Bill, come on up.
Says you gotta put two lights up and they'll give us some signs, right?
There's
So
no
no crosswalk.
conversation, I look further.
I heard signs, the guy just stopped by and
Yeah.
says you can put signs, I actually have one sign.
We're gonna put two lights up, but they want two lights to light the area up.
Yeah.
No, they want us to put the lights.
But I said they would have to put the lights up, yeah. It's too dark there.
In front of the store.
They'll give you the signs.
Advanced warning signs upstream, the location in each direction.
I mean, it is dark, even the store open, that one light, there's no, I mean, there's no.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's very dark, I mean, across the street, it's pretty dark.
There used to be one on the street light, but the people that lived.
Must taking it out, because we don't have any streetlights in
I
town,
know,
all we
but
have is that one.
There was one light there, there used to be a light there, cause now it's awful dark.
It's too dark.
Yeah, it's wicked dark.
And then where would you put the streetlights?
There's a pole across, you got a pole right in the corner there, there's a pole right by the dumpster there. The dumpster, what do you call that?
You guys seen the new lights we get down the highway yet?
They're pretty bright.
Looks like a football field.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think we want that on the street.
I don't think.
That'd be hard.
Those lights are.
Everyone's getting sunburned as they come by, I don't
So
think
you
we
can
need more.
work
You can see the loads
Yeah,
on there.
yeah, the whole backyard is all lit up now, everything.
So, first, I think Bill needs to talk to the state, because the new crosswalk signs they're putting up on each side of the road. So, either you're gonna lose parking, or you're gonna lose
Yeah,
something.
that wouldn't be, and it's not really conducive to
Right, so, I
the
think you guys.
parking lot or in front of the store.
Right, and I think it should be Lindy's responsibility to add lighting, and not the town's, if
Yeah, cause it's
we need
for
lighting in that
business.
area.
But then, I wonder how that would.
I have no
affect the
problem
other
putting
people.
another place I could probably put a light would be on, you know, the sign sitting on the front of the roof,
Mhm.
put a light facing,
Facing the street, just
Facing
park
the road.
on the
Used to
right
be-
where
there
there
used
would
to be
be.
lights there.
I thought so, yeah.
I thought there was lights
Would
there.
that be problematic
We used to have
for-
lights there.
I think that's,
I would
the
think
town's
something
really
like
out of
that.
that, it's in between DOT and
well, the lights underneath
business.
I'm just wondering if like.
for walking,
For
obviously,
the surrounding houses,
It's fine.
now all of a sudden
There's
they
really
can-
no
the big
houses
sodium
in
lamp.
No, if you put the lights towards the road
Right.
from Glen's side, you're only gonna light up past the road and the parking lot.
The river that's far enough away from trees, there's enough
It's
trees.
not gonna
foliage.
He's got them so that.
It's not gonna light up. that
You're not
business.
pointing it at, you're pointing it down.
towards the road.
Then make sure it doesn't go across the river.
But that would be a planning board
He's
issue
doing it all over himself.
of adding
Is he?
lighting and
Yeah.
whatever there.
Those lights.
So you'd have to go through KIP and then go through the planning board,
Well, first you'd have to go through the state to see what they're gonna allow.
cause their road.
What if he just puts a light on his porch? I mean, does he have to go through the state
That's
for
what we're
that?
talking about, that light above
Well,
the sign, right?
if he lights Middle Road, they're talking about lighting Middle Road and across the street into the parking lot.
And the only other issue you'd have to make sure is that it's not, disturbing.
Across the road,
I mean,
across
his-
the river, don't put that light in that
Exactly, that's what
business.
we were just talking about.
Here's my question, why are they even talking about lights? Because the whole problem was that there's no area for somebody, you know, it's like a pandemonium there when people, you know, you get busy, there's no real designated area for a crosswalk.
Yeah, and they're saying
was-
that basically, they're not recommending a crosswalk.
I think they said signs, didn't they? Some caution
Yes, they say you can
signs.
put warning signs.
Yeah.
You know what's really dangerous at lunchtime when you're trying to come down Dalton Road and go across, and the cars are all parked here.
Yeah, they put right in here,
Somebody's
we
gonna
would
get,
propose not to paint a crosswalk in the location because it would give people a false impression that they are seen by drivers when they may not.
Yes.
To improve pedestrian traffic at this location where people park, then cross the street to the store, we would recommend a 6-sign installation of warning signs to alert drivers to this activity. It would be pedestrian signs and downward arrows on each side of the road and in each direction in front of the store, as well as advanced warning signs upstream on the location in each direction. So you'd end up with 6 signs.
With 6 signs that say,
Caution pedestrian. It's a warning sign.
But then you're potentially gonna lose wherever they put these signs on that road.
For parking.
I think he should have a meeting with
Yeah,
the
you
DOT
have to talk
engineers.
That's from the, senior traffic operations engineer from New Hampshire
can we
DOT
get a copy
Bureau
of
of
that,
Traffic.
his name and
Yeah,
contact
I gave
number?
it to you.
You can show that,
I got a
yeah.
copy of it.
Yeah.
Give it to the boss. It doesn't trickle down.
Oh, didn't get to you.
No, it doesn't trickle down.
Doesn't trickle down.
It goes to
Trickle
the
down.
boss, and I don't even get it.
It's going to get one out, right?
Your victim of circumstance. I feel your pain.
See, I don't know why doesn't want to put a crosswalk, because in most places, if you're driving, because if you drive from Swayze going to the school, and if you actually pay attention, you don't see the store until the last. There's no indication, I mean, there's a sign, I think, saying there's a set of lights, but there was a sign saying a crosswalk.
Well, that's one of the things they wanna do is
You know what I mean?
put a sign down in front of where my mother-in-law used to live, it is crosswalk ahead, or
Yeah.
pedestrian crossing ahead, and then probably one across from,
Business down there.
yeah, Right.
Bailey's,
yeah, right by where Crowley Falls crosses. And then, but the problem is they install a 2-sign package on each side of the road, which is gonna be right where your cars park,
Yeah.
and that's,
then that creates another problem too, cause if somebody does park in there, now I got a sign there.
well, they're not gonna be able to park there, because the sign's gonna be in the way.
And put it this way, I've got signs that have a big cement base, and they say, do not, no illegal parking, you can't just park. And multiple times I pulled in and someone's backed up, they knocked them down. Pull back over,
Pull 'em back up.
knock them down again, pull them back over.
Yeah, so I would definitely touch base with them, shoot them an email, maybe you can have a meeting with them and see what the recommendations are, and then the lighting, definitely touch base with Kip, and touch base with
Yeah.
planning board, Kathy, and see what, how was Kathy?
End of the month,
We got to the end of the month with Kathy, and then we have the new
Andrea,
Andrews and
taking over.
I think so.
good deal.
That's all I got.
You wanna bring up the budget?
What do we think about Ronald? You wanna bring us, looking at the excavator and doing that work?
I'd like to do that.
What's that?
Yeah, we're gonna.
The budget, open up, put that back in, say,
If
well,
we wanna
We'll
talk
make the
about that,
motion.
you wanna make a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to open the highway budget back up.
You want a second, to discuss that?
Second. Oh,
Okay, so we got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? There we go. Okay, so one of the things that we were talking about, and I touched base with Karen, is putting, because Wayne, you mentioned that you wanted to retire soon, right? At the last budget committee
2000.
meeting?
Well, we don't care about that, that's another, yes. That
Well,
number,
no,
we
I
don't
just
care-
need to know about it,
Yeah.
so what we were talking about is, putting the $8,000 bonus back into the budget.
Make it your salary.
Well, we put it into the budget,
Right.
and I would like to have it be tied like a performance bonus. And the way I would say it is if we get, I don't know, we gotta figure out how many, if you get complaints or issues with the department, cause it's a management bonus, cause that's what it was designed for.
I think it should just go back in the salary. That's what the people voted, that's what they wanted. That's my feeling.
And he'd submitted as a bonus in the budget, so that's why I would like to leave it that way, as the bonus. But how do we tie that in?
No, the budget, the last year we had the meeting, and this bonus was something that was brought up at the meeting, but
Mhm.
I would just throw that bonus away and just make it part of his base salary. He's
And
on
that's it.
salary now, say you're getting whatever it was, and that's what he gets. They wanted to pay him that last year, that's what he
Well,
got.
it's his decision
It
to
was
take
his
it.
decision
Right,
to take
but,
the bonus,
I
so that's
mean-
why he submitted it again through the budget process to be put through as a bonus. I'd like to know what your thoughts are. I'm all for putting the bonus in there. I know he said 2020 he wants to do retirement, that's fine.
I just think he
I
should
just
get
wanna
that. That
get
was
your thoughts.
his line last year is what he got, and just give it, he's gonna get the bonus anyways. I mean, why would he not get the bonus?
Well, that's
So
where,
let's just
how
put
do
it-
you
make it a
factor in
salary.
the bonus where it's tied to performance?
I don't think you should tie it to performance, I
You
think you
think it
just
should
put it
be
in his
in-
salary, and that's it.
Just make it, whatever it was last, whatever that thing was.
So wait a minute, so his salary now is at the top end of
Mhm.
the road agents. in
Of the road agents,
municipal
whatever,
Survey that we did.
NH,
So
whatever it
the
is.
bonus is gonna, the salary, the $8,000 is gonna put him $8,000
Above-
above the
above
top.
the-
Above the average.
yeah, above the salary range.
I don't know if we can.
But then if you look at not getting overtime and the plowing issue, he's actually
Well,
loses
you got,
money.
yeah, that's
He
true.
loses money by doing the bonus, so just give him the money and make it to
Actually, he
$73,000 and
doesn't,
pay him.
we actually figured that out, that was wrong.
He
That's,
makes more than 65 when he plows.
He doesn't.
no, he didn't, not with overtime, you're
Really?
wrong. Karen
We
looked at
figured
those
all that
numbers.
out when we did the.
How much had that 17, the police added to it, that's just.
You have this, yeah.
Yeah. No, he was actually, he's
Okay.
actually making more, he's
Okay.
making more money than he was before,
Still,
just by
okay.
increasing him back up to where his salary is. Cause where he was at,
Right, all right, still.
so you know.
I understand what you're saying, all right, but still, he's.
So he's not losing money, he's actually making more money than even when he did overtime.
Okay, well, that's the part
Cause
we're-
Karen went back through and looked at
Okay.
all that.
I still think that should be his salary line, the 72, whatever it was, that number. That should be his salary that he got last year, he should get it this year.
And I
For the vote of the people, what they
feel that
want.
way.
I know
That's
it
what
goes
the
year to
people
And
year.
I'm
want.
all for doing the bonus and discussing the bonus and putting it back the way Wayne had written this up. But I didn't know if we should be tying it. If you guys are fine with doing it the way he submitted it to us with the $8,000 bonus, I'm fine with that. Did you guys wanna tie it to performance, or how do you wanna do that? How do you wanna tackle the bonus as Wayne wrote it up to be
Well,
submitted?
There's two people that aren't for a bonus.
Right.
You're for a bonus.
I'm for how Wayne submitted it to be written up.
What's your vote, Bill?
I think that's an awful lot of money. I think it should be tied to performance. I don't have a problem with paying Wayne the extra $8,000. I think that's clearly what the town wanted to do. But I think it should be, I think it should be tied to his performance. I really do. I'm sorry, but I think that's the way it has to go.
You're entitled to your opinion.
And what are your thoughts?
Either way, the Board of Selectmen spends way too much time on road issues. That we're paying a road agent this amount of money. We shouldn't be worried about whether there's a bridge not built right.
Mhm.
All the engineering studies that we've done, that should be the road agent's job, and at $70-some-odd thousand a year, the Board of Selectmen shouldn't have to worry about that. So either way, if we're gonna pay Wayne that money, whether it's a bonus, whether it's salary, he's gotta step up and,
What are your thoughts, Wayne? It's ultimately you.
Well, I don't have any problem on any of that. I mean, the only thing that I need, that I need anything to do, and there's a lot of it that I didn't get, was when we did Prescott Road, I didn't get no information. Was going by, we went by basically, I think most of the information was coming here, and we didn't really get everything down there.
Well, what
It's
type of
no- it's
information,
no-
what type of information as a road agent would you require?
you should add everything.
We should have everything. We
But
should-
you had all the engineering plans, you had all that.
I mean, we had the people there. Michi was there, they had two engineers there all the time, so what, we didn't really worry about anything was going wrong with that, because they had all the information, they gave, the information to, Du Bois and King, I think it is, they had a lot of that.
But once the road got re-engineered and changed, then it went to the.
And all, and John Bell had all the diagrams of everything of how the road was going, and we just worked together and to make sure everything got done. Cause he had everything, it wasn't that, you know, we didn't have all the information, but when those people were there, but we should have the whole thing, I should have the whole plan, and I didn't have the whole plan.
Well, you gotta learn to ask for it then next time.
No, he did have the whole
Did
plan.
have the whole plan.
He did have the whole plan.
Oh, I don't.
I'm fine with making a motion that we put the bonus in there, but I think it should be tied to performance. So my recommendation, my motion would be, I'm all for putting the $8,000 back in there, but it needs to be tied to performance. If we have issues or complaints, we have to somehow tie that in.
Is it gonna be 2 4s or 1 8?
2 4s like he submitted for in his proposal.
So this is the same plan that he gave us last year?
Same plan he gave us when he submitted his budget request. I'm giving him the plan that he recommended.
You know, last year was on performance too, or was it on last year? We didn't do performance.
We didn't do
because-
performance because we were bound by the
Town meeting vote.
town meeting legislation recommendations. So that's what we did.
I think regardless it's tied to performance, right? I mean, his
Yeah.
wage is tied to performance
Yeah, it's
regardless
tied to
of how he
performance, so if he
uses it.
doesn't perform, then it's a problem, so.
But the bonus would be, or the way that I'm perceiving it, is the bonus would be set with specific goals to be met in order to receive that.
I was gonna
Separate
say,
from
we-
just
we-
regular routine performance.
Yeah, we need to have specific earmarks or specific goals.
So that would be something we'd have to work on.
We have to
come up with
put
something to
Something
do.
for him to achieve in addition to just
So,
performing his
Cause
role.
you can't just say to him, look, we're
Yeah.
gonna give you the money based on.
but I need to
performance.
have,
We have to know what
I
they
need to
are.
know what the goals are, and that's fine.
Yeah,
And I
I
think
mean, we
can
need to know.
I'm fine with making the motion, but I would like to come up with some type of a plan,
Yeah.
how that bonus is achieved by performance is something. If, you know, whether you get, you know, just off the top of my head, you get 3 complaints a quarter, which I think is a lot, but let's say you get 3 complaints a quarter, well, then there's a chance that that bonus might be changed, that structure.
Only got 2 years left.
Kind of like a penalty clause, I guess.
So is the board?
Or maybe he meets where he gets the computer program running or whatever, the computer that you've had since what, March last year?
Yeah.
He understands that process, maybe he sits down with Armand and he meets that goal, so he's achieved it, so therefore, yes, that's a performance achievement, so now we can, I don't know, something like that, that's my thought.
I'm good with that.
I'll second the motion.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second,
So you're gonna do away with it and I'll put it back in, and then you'll vote on the final budget next week? And then Wayne and I will sit down over the next
Come up
couple
with a
weeks, come up
performance.
with some goals.
Yeah.
performance goal,
Bless you.
And then bring Nate back to the
obstacles that you
board so
guys
we
wanna
can-
do, yep, and then we'll get an approval on that.
Yeah,
You good with that?
you okay
Do
with
it.
that?
Well, we can vote on the budget.
Yeah, so,
The goals doesn't.
yeah, the goals are, we're gonna vote on the budget that he submitted, I'll bring it before the budget committee 14th, which is next week, right?
Yep.
So I can bring it before them next week as a change. And this, they're kind of finalizing all the budgets, so I'd like to get this in.
Yeah.
So let me go get that final number.
Okay. So,
You good with that?
That's better, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
and then that way you can sit down with Karen and we can get the goals and know what we're proposing.
You know what you need to do to get there, that's all, I think it's important that you know that.
Fine. I'll try to get there.
You'll get there, I'm sure you will.
As long as you know what you have to go to, then you just try to get to the goal.
You know, here's what you gotta get to, so that's what you're aiming for, that's all. And you need to know what that is, you can't just do it nebulously and say.
You'll be busy with the raw roads, you'll be busy with the new shed.
Yeah, you will.
This is what he submitted.
No, we have those 2 items to discuss too.
Then you're voting on 552,643.
How much?
552,643.
552?
643.
So we have a motion for,
We just added $8,000 to the bottom,
Yeah.
right, that's all we did.
Yep.
plus the taxes and.
As you submitted, yeah, so it was like 9,000 some odd dollars. So, we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? I made the motion, Bill made the second. And then you'll sit down with Karen and then we have something as a board that we can look at. Well, this is gonna be non-public or do we do public?
No, you can read that in public, there's no reason to go in non-public with that. I don't think.
No,
No.
Did you guys wanna send this over to council on Friday?
well, let's finish what we're doing.
Okay.
One thing at a time.
I'm like, all right, he gave me these two things, I thought it was related to
One
Wayne,
thing
I'm
at a
like, all right, what do I got with Wayne?
One thing at a time.
Okay, so that addresses that.
So that addresses that, okay?
Okay,
Good luck with the budget committee.
Yep, so now I can bring that before the budget committee,
Yep.
and we'll get that moving along that way. Anything else?
no, that's all I have.
Good deal, we're good.
You got the mowing envelope in there, about the mowing?
That was in the mail,
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the mail.
yeah, with the cemetery.
So we're gonna be on later.
It's another envelope.
It's just their, they would like some amendments to the scope of services for the.
Cemetery.
Can we change that contract?
It's
Because
over.
it's expired.
We don't have any right now, well,
When I draft the new RFP, Joyce is just requesting to meet with me to make sure.
because the
everything's
30,000 in Wayne's budget, right, for next year.
I don't think we need to make a motion for that, do we?
For mowing?
No,
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, yeah, I would.
Are we gonna hire a company, or we gonna hire people to do
She
it?
can, I would say meet with Karen.
Is that going out to bid soon for the mowing?
Yeah, I'll have to work on drafting it. Well, I'll use the template that I already had and then I'll just make those edits.
We have a company in town now that's very interested in that too, so they
Right,
put
we
a
gotta
bid
make
in.
sure
The mowing?
they get.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, right up.
Yeah, but up
across
from Wayne's house.
Across from Wayne.
So can I ask a dumb question?
Yeah.
I thought we had mowing out at the rec center.
We have two of them,
Do you have
we only have three
How
of
many
them.
people to run them?
We don't have anybody to use those.
Right.
Are they're functional?
We have
right?
zero
Yeah,
radios
we
and
got
stuff.
those,
Get the zero to
They got a
three.
tractor out there too.
Can we sell some of the stuff?
I mean, either we should use them or we should get rid of them. We don't need to keep them and have them just sit there, not being used at all.
They've been there for how many years?
A couple, a year and a half, right? We got.
Well,
I know, but
when did
they're-
those guys stop?
Last
years.
year.
Last
It's been
year.
2
Yeah,
years.
2 years.
We used them right up to last year.
Right till last year, so if we're gonna do it, if we're gonna bid it out again, we don't need the equipment. And if
We
we've
sell it.
got the equipment, then we should use the people, we should try and hire somebody locally that
Well, I think we did that, but
didn't work.
I don't think we had luck.
Then we should probably get rid of the equipment then, instead of storing it and keeping it out there. If there's no, if we're not gonna use it, we don't wanna keep maintaining it, so that's what I'm saying.
I don't think have we done anything to them? That equipment,
They're
it's just been
working.
sitting there.
But we had them serviced every year.
So you had them serviced last year, but we didn't use them?
I think the tractor belonged to the rec though, cause that was something they had bought. They had
Yeah,
a Ford tractor in
right.
there.
how about we have Wayne put together a list of what equipment we have and what equipment we don't need and what its value is projected for sale.
Yeah, who would,
Write that down.
would Chaparral be able to come out there and give you a price on that?
Yeah,
Chapel?
they,
Could they
we
price you on
had
that
them
equipment?
service them every year, so.
So they could probably price out the equipment, and then we could say, hey, does anybody wanna buy it? We can go from there.
No. Could we ever use that blue tractor down the shed with a sickle bar on it to mow the sides of the road? Is it
It's too
worthwhile?
small.
Okay.
Yeah, we tried that, we tried.
big.
But is that owned by the rec, if that's owned by the rec
That's the rec.
department?
The
that's
rec, I think the rec part, it's been there forever, that's what they used to mow with, up there, it's in the garage. It's a Ford,
How come the rec doesn't hire their own person to mow?
no money.
What do you mean they don't
They
have
have no
money?
money, I asked them to mean, they have no money to do it. All that money's in and out, it's in and out money, for sports events, whatever.
$41,000?
47 now.
47,000 they have in the account?
Did they said at the meeting, that money is all accounted for in and out, projects they got coming up, they put the irrigation thing in, they've got stuff set aside for stuff, they have a plan for it, I mean, what they tell us, so.
All right, there's
But maybe it's different.
another task for you to do.
They'll keep adding to you, and that bonus is already, you already got it, keep going.
All right, good deal, so we're good with that one.
All right.
And then I'm gonna, anything else?
No, I'm
We're good?
all set.
Anything break down during the storm, we'd go.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I didn't mean that.
No, don't say
Oh,
that.
jeez.
Yeah, we had a little problems with the hydraulic lines. I had a problem with my piston on my wing, and the front packing on the wing is, it let go, and, because it would lose hydraulic, so we took it off, and with our new trucks, we don't have a spare, we didn't have a spare. So, I went out and I got a spare, oops, I went out,
I saved your life.
I went out, I went out and got a hold of Viking and had them sent down a brand new piston. Got the brand new piston, we took the old one off, we took it over to New Hampshire Hydraulics to have it repacked, so we'd have a spare.
Yeah.
Well, we put the brand new one on there, and the brand new one doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I got it on my truck right now, we haven't had time to take it back off, and I got the old one back over there, so we called them up and see if they could get that fixed for us right away, so I can put that back on my truck, and I'm gonna send that piston back to Viking, so, gonna get rid of that. Then we did have a hydraulic line break on the back of the truck the other night,
Oh, from that,
Yeah.
pave?
that lady that called, and, we fixed that yesterday. And the other morning, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm driving my truck, I'm sanding the roads, and all of a sudden, something came through the wall of it was either ice or a piece of rock, and it came right through, it bent everything up in where the dirt comes out of the body.
Where the auger is?
So I had to take it down to Charlie Saki, and we had to remodel that, cause I don't know where we picked the rock up, if the rock was in the sand, or.
Could have been a chunk of salt, maybe?
Yeah, well, the sand is freezing, I don't know if you
Is
guys,
it?
with what we got down there for the sand, the sand is freezing about 6 to 8 inches thick. The whole sand pile.
Is it because of all the rain?
It came
we
wet,
had?
We
did it come wet
break it,
together?
I don't know if a piece got down in there, and then when it was coming out, and, I mean, it's dark, you can't.
So
you
it's
don't
chunks
know.
of ice.
Yeah, but anyways, we got everything fixed back up, and, everything's back to normal again, so. But that's what we've been having problems with, the other truck, the green truck, I gotta come in, the green truck,
Huh?
You should just say, I think it's frustrating.
Everybody's got
yeah,
issues.
the old 2001, that's the one I wanted to trade, get rid of.
Yep.
Well, that one there, right now, we're having problems with that, we got new seals, we're gonna take the hydraulic system off the back of the levers that work in the front, but there's a big system in there, and we're gonna put new seals in that. We got the seals, and we're gonna try to put that together, I can't take it apart, we got the seals, actually, we got the seals today, but I don't wanna take it apart to make sure we're not gonna have a snowstorm.
End of the
To
week.
try to get that.
And wait till the end of the week.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till we know we're gonna have.
We've got some nice days coming,
Nice
Thursday,
days.
Friday.
But I like to, what I wanna,
I'm keeping my safe.
Everyone's got glasses up there,
what
right?
I wanna do is, I think we got enough money for a new truck,
Okay.
and I wanna start shopping for a new truck.
And get rid of the green one?
One reason is, we're having so much trouble with the green truck. I know they're not gonna allow us nothing for that truck, cause they only allowed us like $5,000 with the year that I went up and tried to get it to trade. 10,000, they wanna give us 10,000. And for that truck, for the whole thing, we might as well keep it and run it and just run it to the ground.
Fix it till it falls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, eventually here, we're gonna need another truck anyway.
How much
because we got,
money is a new truck? How much do we have in there?
well, last time, what was it, a year ago when I went, I asked about that truck, and we were lacking like 50,000. Last year, with that 50,000 that we got, we had enough money to buy a truck. So I don't know how much,
But didn't you had to have one that somebody ordered that was there?
Yeah, we had, right, we had a brand new one.
Yeah, we almost
It was
did.
all put together, it was already ready to go, and I came in with a price and everything, but we were lacking one more payment of 50,000 on. to buy
So,
the
yeah,
truck.
I mean, I would definitely encourage you to reach out and see what you got. And
Well,
if we have the money sitting in there, then
I'm
that's
just
what
gonna
it's for.
start shopping and see what I can get for prices.
Okay.
So,
Definitely. Sounds like a plan.
other than that, everything's going okay so far.
I appreciate it, thanks, Wayne.
All right, man. Okay, get some rest. Thank you. More snow coming.
And before I forget, we have to make I wanna make a motion, cause we have to appoint the chief. The police chief, before I forget about that.
Me, I'm already pointing.
She's up for appointment for the year.
Hungry. We've retired, don't need extra meal time.
It was the end of January.
I'll get on all that this week.
So, so this would be for another year, so,
You wanna do it for one or for?
Well, there's gonna be a warrant article, make it full time on town meeting, so I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I heard through the,
you still have to appoint the chief, otherwise she's not gonna, can't wait until,
right, but I'm just saying, instead of going 3 years. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's what I'm hearing from the grapevine, that there's gonna be a warrant. To make it full time.
what's the board's flavor?
One for me.
What's that?
I wouldn't go more than one.
Yeah,
Why is that?
There are a lot of reasons. I wouldn't go more than one.
I'd be fine with one or even three, but that's me. I like the 1 year appointment, but that's me.
Either way, you would need just cause to
Yeah,
remove her, so.
yeah. So whether one or three, even if you made the position full-time, as long
I
as
think
she's
if
still
we're
doing
happy
her
with the
job,
job she's
still-
doing and we're set, we should give her the 3-year term. That's my, that was my thing, I mean.
I'll make a motion for
every
3
year.
year, I'm fine with a 3-year term.
I think you're gonna have a problem down there, and I
Oh,
think you
that's-
better
that's-
think about that.
I'll second it.
All in favor for a 3-year appointment?
I-
Aye. All opposed?
No,
2 opposed. So 3, so we have enough to sign.
And that's only because you would want a 1 year.
Yep.
1-year terms?
I would do 1 year.
Where do I sign this thing?
Yeah, probably. This is, a New Hampshire Police Standards and Training Code for Dan Wicks, confirmation that he was notified of his requirements to do a physical agility test.
Do I have a motion to sign?
Dan
what is
Wicks.
it?
Oh,
Dan Wicks?
The academy's requiring Dan Wicks to do a physical
Oh,
agility test.
And that's his signature that he's been notified. The hiring authority has to sign it as well.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
second?
All in favor? Anybody opposed? Sign.
That's his Form A, for police students in training.
Do I have another motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who was weighted out?
Ellen had signed it,
Oh.
but she signed it.
Still the yuck on the back of you too, if you throw it in
Oh, well, copies already.
Yuck.
there.
There's a whole bunch of yuck.
It's
in
lunch.
that.
Oh, yeah,
It's lunch, what'd you have for lunch, there it
See
is.
the yuck
Okay.
on there.
Chief Seaman from Kingston Fire Department is requesting so the fire department in Brentwood responded to a call in Kingston. And the amount of the bill was $971.05. Her insurance paid $553, and there's a remaining balance of $418.05. I guess she's a prominent figure, longtime employee in the town of Kingston. She doesn't meet the typical hardship requirements, so the chief is requesting that we waive that $418.05 balance. Joe would recommend the same. Normally they would write things off like that off if they were a resident, if they presented a hardship or,
But we did this as mutual aid, right?
correct.
And their chief is recommending that it be removed,
They
and,
would have a
and,
responding crew,
and Joe Bird is recommending the same thing.
yes,
Do I have a motion?
What would their normal procedure be?
to write
Cause
it
we'd
off.
never see those, so I don't know why.
He said that it's happened, there's been a couple of instances in the past where they've responded to calls where extras responded to calls in Kingston, or because the mutual aid agreements, they said that they have done that, it's not a common practice, but on a case-by-case basis, they have approved those in the past.
So that's just money out of the back, Katie, we're not getting.
Right.
Correct.
So we're gonna lose $418.05.
Correct, and I did ask Donna the question of why doesn't the Kingston Fire Department just pay that out of their operating budget and waive that for their employee? And she said they can't do that, they have the same billing practices with Comstar that we do, so they can't just write things off.
So do we, cause somebody asked me this today, do we bill our residents?
Yes, we do, I got a bill and I paid it.
We bill them all, and then if they don't go unpaid, they go through a process and then write them off.
Do they send them to the insurance company and
They
then?
sent it to me, my insurance first, what the insurance did pay, they sent me a bill.
Really, I thought they didn't.
They sent me a second bill, so I paid it, after I told I didn't have to
So,
go this.
I thought you didn't have to- I thought-
you get a bill,
They went to my insurance paid the bulk of it, what was left over, the fire department sent me a bill.
okay.
I didn't pay, they sent me a second bill, so I
I
paid it.
thought they didn't do that.
Well, they did, they
I
do,
didn't think they
maybe I
did
could
the
live,
taxpayers
I wasn't a
either.
big deal.
I don't think, I don't.
They saved my life, they brought me back from the dead, so it was,
that-
well, it was worth paying.
My understanding was that they
Yeah.
don't
That day I was,
taxpayers of Brentwood.
Cause we're,
Do you know
cause we're
anything
encumbering the
about
money
that?
for it, so. that's
I've
why-
never got a second bill from the fire
I've never
department.
gotten I
But-
used it and I never got a bill.
they like you.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe my insurance negotiated better.
Yeah, they
rates.
could have too, yeah.
They could have.
Cause we pay a service to do all that, right?
Right. So we don't know, so I'll have to ask.
To be in
Bill
good
about
faith
that.
with our neighbors, I would just let it go.
Well, I mean, you get
I
a
would just
recommendation
suggest-
from their chief and
Yeah,
our
I would
chief.
just.
Yeah, I would
Yeah, I
just,
would-
I would.
No, they do mutual aid.
Do I have a motion to?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're good. Do you need me to sign that or anything?
Have you signed that scribble?
No, that's
Oh,
just,
he's,
You like my signature?
yeah, what is it?
this is an intensive cut for 3 months.
Do you have a motion?
Motion.
What was that for?
Tend to cut
Attempt to
three
cut for
funds.
three
It's already cut,
To cut.
it's already cut, so what the heck?
Oh,
No, he thought his logger had submitted the intent.
Oh, you thought he did,
and
yeah?
then
I said they already cut it
So I
off.
have a motion.
Sure he did.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
So
Aye.
moved. Aye.
Do I have to sign these twice? You get two of them.
The
No,
tree.
one was just a copy that Kathy made, so I just need you to sign that first page.
We still have one, Thursday, I'm going.
Did you make it over to your house yet? Oh, I didn't tell you about that, huh?
Thursday, they don't have one.
This is the state permit for dragging mosquito.
Do I have a motion?
So moved. Behind your house, behind
I
Elm's.
got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
You only need my signature.
Yes. This is the
Oh, that's
letter
us,
of
or-
award to Denny.
I'll let you have the big line.
Thanks.
That's what he did.
All right, so I'm gonna read this out loud. Dear Denny, it is the deepest regret that we accept your retirement from the Brentwood Police Department. You have been with the department a long time and have seen it grow to what it is today, moving up the ranks and helping to see this department through what is hopefully the greatest tragedy
Just that first page.
that this town will ever see. We appreciate your hard work and dedication to this town and its residents working every day to protect life and property. Your expertise has been an invaluable resource to the town. It's been a pleasure working with you, and on behalf of the team, we would like to wish you the very best in all your future endeavors. Do you have a motion to sign?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye. Anybody make this sad, I didn't make it,
I would.
was down.
I was in Florida.
I heard that.
I was in Pittsfield.
Yeah, how was the coffee? I saw that on Facebook.
Coffee was awesome.
Coffee in Florida is different.
You know, come back from the airport, I was like, I think I had 4 cups of coffee before I flew.
You guys already discussed using Donnie Tucker Sandella as special counsel for the abatement appeal for the utilities, that's just the contract.
Okay, do you have a motion to sign?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
And that will actually save us money.
Yeah, that saves us.
These are 2 veterans credits.
So moved.
And second? Veteran credits?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This you already made a motion to sign, so I just need you to just sign it. It's the permit for a new driveway.
Oh, okay.
We got $100.
Yeah.
This is the drive, we approved that 2 weeks ago. We just haven't signed it.
He doesn't say.
Oh, you can't, sorry, you got upset.
He could, but that was kind of.
Well, you could, technically.
Conflict. I get it.
He signs enough stuff. He's probably-
See his picture on Facebook? And then,
You know, I
that's
gotta
all.
go in, I don't know what this is, I don't know, we gotta go in there. Phrase
With
it.
the governor?
No, the sheriff, and the group.
There's one picture with the group with the governor.
A couple of weeks ago, Phyllis had asked about this taxpayer and their past due taxes.
Mhm.
So this is an updated statement with the tax card and that's what the
Let's go to
monthly
1,000,
payments would be. And this is assuming interest is stuck in today.
We have to vote it at town meeting.
Town
Over
meeting.
5 years, this plus.
Have they making any payments at all?
I'll be happy. You should.
This is how much is owed right now?
Correct.
Has he agreed to this?
No, you had just wanted an update on the numbers. We'd still have to have a meeting and sort of negotiate a payment amount.
Which one is that?
The one you asked
The one
about.
you asked about?
And I know that that number is not gonna work.
Yeah,
out.
you know, to take the three spots.
How much they would have to pay it back? If we stop accruing interest on it.
Oh, I know.
And that's not even keeping in.
No, I know, I don't know
What do you
who's gonna
typically
pay this
do?
money?
Well, that's just what he would have to come up with.
Oh, and that's not gonna happen, so I don't know what we do.
What do they typically do?
That's the one that's got, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's making them.
We never.
I mean, that's huge.
Oh, I know, and he's a.
Is this the,
He's just,
wait, is this the
I don't
agreement
know
that's not
what's.
being agreed?
Yes.
There was no agreement.
Yeah, just.
No, there's no agreement.
How's the other agreement going?
I don't know what we do.
But it's not much.
You wanna know what you do? I'll tell you what you do, I can tell you what you do.
Yeah, take the property.
You seize the property and you sell the property for that number.
That's
Yeah,
huge.
but
No, not,
what-
is the property worth that number?
Oh, yeah.
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we're concerned about.
yeah, but well, I
Then you
guess,
gotta take care of somebody. Start doing
yeah,
that.
he's not
Well, that's.
He's not well, let's put it that way.
So you want, that's what happens.
So
So
yeah, but
what you
isn't
may
it,
wanna do is seize the property and not sell it until after.
can we
So
put a
that you have at
welfare
least
lien on it?
you have a
I
lien
don't
on it,
know.
right? Do we have a
We
lien
can.
on it?
But there's tax liens on
The
it.
tax liens are on it,
So,
and actually a tax lien is better than a
It's
welfare.
worth 206.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
2006?
It's worth 206,000.
So as long as we have a tax lien on there, the town's protected in terms of
But the problem I think that Phyllis had brought up is, it's been how many years?
6.
6 years, no payment.
Right,
Isn't that long
and I
since
don't
was
think
in?
he's in a
Well-
position to pay, so I don't know what,
6 years?
does the woman that does our welfare have any suggestions of what to do, or?
She's met with him on several occasions to try to negotiate something.
So is it something we should talk to the lawyer about, and ask the lawyer about?
You can. Nicole Walter.
I mean, I don't know,
Yeah.
what-
Or I could call,
Well-
New Hampshire Municipal.
I don't know what
Is there any money that would be available to proceed against seriously?
I talked to them about filing for an elderly exemption and also the low and moderate income state exemption, which would help a little bit.
But he's not elderly.
Where he could file for the disability exemption until he
Disability.
became old enough to file for the elderly.
How old is he?
Brian West thought he was almost 65 if he wasn't already, so he's sort of
Is he
right on
really?
that edge.
Oh, I didn't think he was.
So I met with him to try to talk about some sort of avenues that he'd have for relief. So I gave him all the applications, the paperwork, he's got until April 15th to. and then
It's a sad situation.
I mean, it's been 5 years, we have to do something eventually.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't ignore it.
I mean, it's not like, if we ignore it, it's just gonna be another 5 years, and then what do we do then? Because then now I have,
And
Then you have to wait till he dies, and then when they sell it,
but it's so huge.
Right. right,
I
right.
mean, I had a heart attack on that.
Well, as I said to you, and maybe it's different, I don't know, but I think if you have a tax lien for that amount of money, you can seize the property and sell the property.
Oh, we can
For
seize it.
that
We
amount.
can take
No,
it.
what I'm saying is you can take the property, sell the property for that amount of money. Whether it's
Well, I
worth
still think you
200,000.
have to sell it for fair market value and
You
give the
sell it,
family the rest.
and he gets the rest of the money, that's the law.
Unless you hang on to it for 3 years, then you can sell it for whatever you want.
Right, we've had it for 3 years, so we don't have to worry about that.
No,
Once
because we
you
haven't
deed it.
seized it.
We haven't
Oh,
seen
oh,
that. We just been saying, yo, we're putting a lien on you.
We probably should look at deeding it and maybe do an agreement that he can live there for so long, depending on what New Hampshire Municipal says.
Yeah, we we just need some clarification. Okay.
Oh, and then it comes to the town after he,
Well,
Yes.
it's to protect the town's interest.
right,
basically.
right.
Conservation would like to encumber $4,383 to go to the remainder of their 2018 Southeast Land Trust contract.
So moved.
Is that the $75,000 thing we keep, or is that
No,
something?
this is separate.
Do you have a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
And then the fire department?
Fire department would like to encumber $13,122 for the projector and the key fobs, which is purchases you've already approved.
That's when Joe came in and talked to us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good.
I would like to encumber $8,300 for the purchase and installation and training of audio and video equipment.
Ooh, I second that one.
We have the,
We do, we have 9,000.
we got a motion, do we have a second?
Is that gonna make the bid?
That makes the.
Okay, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 How much was
Anybody
the
opposed?
$8,000?
8,300.
Hold on, I have more.
Look at that, Butch. Nothing.
He can't hear you.
He can't hear me. His hearing is really bad.
I didn't turn the
tonight.
lights on so he can't hear me, is
He
that?
can't hear me. Tell him, Carol, what we did.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I would like
The
to,
video thing too, though. right?
Audio, video,
Audio, video.
both.
Yep.
I would like to encumber
8,300.
$1,880 out of government buildings for the fire alarm system test, a fire alarm radio, and to pay for those 2 plaques that we had ordered for the Palmia and for the Town Center flags.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I would also request to encumber
Think she's on home
I was
shopping.
gonna go
every
read.
day. You just shopping crazy.
Set this aside, I don't know what to do.
HSN, here we go.
$38,995 from the legal and from the TAN for legal contingency, which we have done in the past for the Fairfield appeals.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, we got those appeals going on.
Right, and so you lowered your overlay for your tax rate with the anticipation of being able to do this.
Okay, do we have a
So
motion?
moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chief Archerry has $27,000 left in her police budget, and she would like to encumber, she's requesting $22,000 with the purpose to purchase all of this. So uniforms, vests, holsters,
Batteries. What's this already paid?
some of them are already paid and some of them are not.
So,
But still, it's like $18,000 for the stuff that's not already paid.
so why would I be encumbering the 22,000 when I already
Because
have
she
it?
still has the, well, no, because she still is waiting for a quote for this munitions, so she doesn't have that quote in, so this should cover and go towards that price. But it's for tactical flashlights, or their pistol, they require special holsters, rifle sights, uniforms,
My only concern is that I've already paid for all that other stuff.
and also the copier. Right, so that stuff will come off and not be encumbered. And she wants
That's
to add
included
it
in the
last.
22,000?
How about we get a list of what's not already paid for, what she actually wants us to buy?
Okay.
Yeah, cause I mean, this is 90% of that is paid.
And then we're just trying to sort of firm it up so we could make some adjustments to the budget for projected budget.
Well, she's still gonna have to present her budget to us before we can go back, I mean, she's
And
modifying
then she's
it.
going to budget committee on this 14th round.
Yep.
Haven, they had requested that $3,050, and then the warrant was misworded, so they didn't get approved for their funds. Do you want me to find money in the 2018 budget to give them their 2018
No,
appropriation?
they missed it. It wasn't approved.
They are on the warrant for 2019, I checked it, like 14 times.
Which committee's that, so?
So there's that.
Yeah. Was it A?
And then I have a couple of items for non-public.
Okay, I'm gonna read this and then we're gonna have to go into non-public anyway after this, so I'm gonna read this out for the public. Members of the this is from Chief William Campbell. Members of the board, first I would like to say it has been my honor and privilege to serve the citizens and community of Brentwood as fire chief. I am proud of the many accomplishments your fire department has experienced over the last roughly 2 years. The community, board of selectmen, and members of the fire department have come together collaboratively to push your Brentwood Fire Department to new levels of success and service. The future of the Brentwood Fire Department is on a bright, progressive, and community-oriented service that the citizens of Brentwood can be proud of. On October 5th, 2018, I was your fire chief. I, as your fire chief, was involved in a very unfortunate accident while on my personal time. As a result of the accident, I had my driver's license suspended, not for criminal reasons or charges, merely as a matter of a result of New Hampshire administration rules and laws. At this time, there is a criminal charge pending against me for suspected New Hampshire traffic law violations. While I have absolute confidence the charge pending against me will be dismissed, acquitted, the charge in question will not be heard until May of this year, 2019. The position of fire chief carries with it very extensive list of requirements and responsibilities. One of those requirements includes a current and valid New Hampshire driver's license, a requirement that I cannot at this time meet. Along with the ability to meet the driver's license requirement for the position of fire chief at this time, there is an unfortunate public perception on the actual circumstances which I am currently involved in. The perception that I cannot in good conscience continue to allow the town of Brentwood and the Brentwood Fire Department to continue to burden. The department and community deserve to have a fire chief that can comply with all requirements and responsibilities of the position and do so without the negative perception looming over their leader. It is for this reason that I submit to you, Brentwood Board of Selectmen, my resignation as your fire chief to be effective midnight, January 14th, 2019. And again, it has been my honor and privilege to have had the opportunity to serve as your fire chief. I wish the community and department all the best success in the future. Respectfully submitted, William S. Campbell.
Motion to accept it.
Second?
Motion to accept it as the 14th or as of today?
I think it should be as of today, not the 14th.
He had requested the 14th to allow him time to go into the station to.
He shouldn't be in the station unescorted.
Well, he wouldn't be, he would be with Joe.
What's the board's thoughts? Today or the 14th?
Today.
So we have a motion for
Well,
today.
his motion is for the 14th.
Just, you know,
What's your
I can-
motion for?
The 14th, but I can take it back. We'll discuss today, I mean, it's a week.
So are you taking that back off the
I'll
table?
take it back,
It
I mean,
hasn't
I
been
didn't care,
seconded,
I don't care
so-
what the date is, I just.
So you wanna
should
make,
accept it.
does somebody wanna make a motion?
And
Bob?
made a motion.
Hold on a second, Carol.
I make a motion that we accept his resignation as of today.
Okay, and then, Carol, go ahead, I'll give you 5 seconds for.
Well, he might have some of his equipment and stuff at the station. That's probably why he said that. What if he's got personal stuff there that he's gotta get out?
Right, he
You
would have
gotta
to
give him
ask
that
for it.
time.
Doesn't matter whether he's the chief or not, he still can get his stuff out. Does matter that we pay him another week.
But you, excuse me, but you just said unescorted or escorted.
No, escorted,
Let's go.
yeah,
So, you know, you have to make that determination.
yeah. So we have a motion for
To accept the
To accept it
resignation at today.
today's date?
Today.
Okay. And we have a second
Second.
for today's date?
Well, did you make the, I guess.
He made the
repeat what you
motion.
made.
I made the motion for
Yeah,
today.
so I'll
Billy
second
seconded.
it.
And that would be
Okay.
conditional on him being escorted in there to get his step. Is that how that works? Right?
Yep.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, passes, so it would be effective today, that we accept his resignation, and I guess you just have to reach out to him and let him know he has to reach out to Joe.
He probably already
I mean,
is.
he can't get in, well, to get in anyway, so he has to get.
He's already got his file taken away,
Yeah,
right?
he can't get in without somebody there.
So he's already turned in his.
Everything's turned in, so.
You better tell him.
It's just personal stuff.
They just give me the month anyway. We don't know the month anyway.
No, we don't know.
Well, Karen
Today.
said
No,
you-
no, we would pay him
He's right,
for
he's
today.
done.
It's a monthly stipend. I think if you wanna restructure going forward with the next person, then you should pay it either weekly or,
I think you could prorate it that he didn't work a whole month.
I will double check with the Department of Labor.
And then, do we address this, or we have to send this to council?
I would like to send that to council. So you have the
So I would make a motion to send this to council to discuss the abatement. Either way, if this goes to litigation, it's gonna have to go to our council anyway.
Don't ask me why.
So we might as well be proactive and send it to him to get his thought process on it before we do anything. Everyone,
How much was his tax bill, Karen?
17,000.
Oh, it was 17,000.
Yeah, I think we probably get an opinion if we're gonna,
I think if we're gonna,
get caught up in it anyways.
if you're gonna get caught up in litigation, I think it should go to council.
Okay.
Do I have a motion for that?
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so, yeah, let's send it over to council.
Roads are icy.
Roads are icy. Aye.
Karen, I have something
Is
before we
that
go.
public or non-public?
Not if you're gonna do this.
In the town and city,
Yeah.
there's a right to know law book that's new that needs to be audited. Can you audit Bill and I one? I don't know, or do you want, can I go on and audit myself, or do you wanna do it? Okay.
You mean the no territory?
No, there's a new one, right to know law.
Right here.
Yeah.
Do we need that or we have that?
55.
Do we have
I
that?
don't
that or do we
I
have
don't
one?
have it.
I will get a copy, but
Get a copy.
you each want your own?
I don't have a copy of it.
I don't think everybody.
I don't think
I don't think
we
I
have
have
it in the office.
Do we have one here in the
If
office?
we have one here, we can also.
Get one,
Chair?
get one, we can share, but I think we need to get it.
And then we'll check with
We have
Scott.
three, I make sure it's you.
Yeah, we only need one.
Okay. Well, don't
We
you
got
share
one,
it?
that's it.
Yeah, we just need.
Can we get it online and we can all
Share it.
access
You
it?
can get online a digital version, but people don't like to really read.
What was that?
I mean, I personally would prefer a hard copy.
Yeah, if we can get a hard copy, that's good.
Oh,
I think we probably should go into non-public to discuss that. Personnel.
Try to call it.
I'm gonna make a motion to go into non-public session to discuss personnel
Yeah, that's it.
under chapter
91A,
91A:3, is it II?
I, A, B, C, D, E, and something else.
C, D,
And I.
I'm running out of doodle, we're getting too long
I
today.
know it.
Do we have a second?
Give me 10 minutes.
I know.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, roll call, yep, there we go. Sorry, guys, we're going non-public.
Would you be able to hear better if we turn